Hey everyone, it's Tanya from Vegan in Michigan, and I'm going to show you how I cut up my t-shirts. This is the style, as you can see in these pictures, that I like a lot. It's like more comfortable, and it's a little bit roomier, and I just have a really big chest, and I don't like anything coming up too high on me. So I thought I would cut up this Foo Fighters t-shirt. I did it last week before we saw their show in Detroit, so I thought I would do it on video so I can show you, because some nice people have said that they like the way that I do it, and so I thought I would show you guys how I do it. So the first thing we're going to do is cut the bottom of the t-shirt, and you want to make sure that you cut it just below the stitches. And if you cut it above the stitches, then the whole t-shirt will roll when you're wearing it, and it's really annoying that way. So keep the stitches intact and just cut the bottom like I'm doing here. I folded it, but you don't have to fold it. That just makes it a little bit faster when you're cutting that bottom off. Once you have the bottom cut off, you can just pull it like I'm doing it, and it makes it, instead of fabric, it makes it like a string for you to work with. And we're going to revisit this in just a minute. So this is a tube. Not every single t-shirt is a tube like this. Some of them have seams on the sides, but this is a tube. So just cut that and then set it aside. Now we're going to cut the neck. Now a lot of times it'll be dictated how far you can go down by where the graphic design is printed on the t-shirt. So you can see I'm going about an inch or so above the design, because obviously you don't want to cut into the design of the shirt. So what I did to compensate for that, because I do like my neck's pretty big on these, is I went in on the shoulders, and that also creates a bigger neckline. So I'm going to make strings on the sleeves just like I did around the bottom of the t-shirt to work with. So I'm going to cut the sleeves off. Now I actually like my sleeves a little bit on the shorter side, so you'll see later that I actually take some of the length off the sleeves too, but that's totally up to you. If you like the sleeves right where they are, knock yourself out and just keep them right there. So I'm going to cut those off, and basically same as the bottom of the shirt, I'm going to pull these and make them into strings that we're going to work with in just a minute. It's kind of fun. It's like crafting. You gotta pull those and then set those aside. So here's where we cut the holes around, and this is where the string goes. So I'm going to cut these holes about 1/2 inch in from the edge, and generally like 1 1/4 away from each other, and then just kind of go all the way around the shirt with the holes. These are pretty sharp scissors. I was actually got away with it doing this pretty quickly, but sometimes if you don't have that, if you're like not really sure of yourself with your scissors, you don't have to do it exactly the way I'm doing it. You can kind of hold it in your hand and almost stab it a little bit so you can control like how big the hole is. I have never had it rip or tear on me either. As long as you go in like 1/2 inch from the edge, I've not had a problem with anything ever ripping or tearing. These are actually pretty durable, even though you're leaving a lot of open edges and stuff like that, but this fabric is pretty forgiving. So there's the holes that we just cut. Yep. So now I'm going to pick up that big string, and I'm going to start in the front. Now I like to start in the front just onto one side, but this is just my own little thing that I do. I actually like to leave like a good 12 inches or so like hanging down in the front of the string, just because I don't know, I think it's cute. And like if you don't want that, you can start on the top of the shoulders or in the very back. Again, I just thought it was a cute little touch that I do. So you know, now you just start weaving, go in the same direction all the way around the shirt and pull it through. And this is just a little time consuming thing, but it's just a fun little project, like while you're watching TV or something, just sit there and like, you know, make a t-shirt. I've been doing this for like several years. I would say probably like 90% of my shirts are like this, unless I get something really soft that just happens to be, you know, comfortable. Like I think I have a couple of concert t-shirts that I left alone, but most of my shirts are cut like this. I mean, sometimes if I know I'm going to go to an event or something and they have a t-shirt there, I'll bring scissors with me and do it really quickly before I wear it. It's just kind of my thing. I just find it a lot more comfortable. So when you get to the end and you've wrapped that string all the way around, go through the same hole as where the rest of the string is hanging, and then basically just do a double knot. Now usually what I do is put the shirt on and kind of like see how tight I want it. or how loose, and then tie the knot like I'm doing here. And I think I didn't really tie it here. I put it on myself and then just trimmed it right now and just did that for the video, but I think I didn't tie it tightly until it was on me. Now we're going to go to the sleeves and we're going to do the same thing, but first I'm going to take a little bit of the length off of the sleeves just because that's, again, it's just kind of my personal preference. I like to get rid of a little bit of the length. Sometimes when you open up the neck and make the neck bigger, the shirt hangs longer. So your sleeves would be like about the same size, the same length anyway. You know what I mean? Because they hang longer. So I'm going to do the same thing we did on the top, and I'm going to cut those holes all the way around the sleeve. Doop, 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 doop. And then I'm going to weave that string all the way through, just like before. And then when you get to the end, you can, and then this actually creates like a little blousey look. So instead of it just being like free-falling sleeve, it kind of like gathers it like a peasant top. So you can just I think I double tied it here too and then cut it. And again, I've never had these fray or come apart or anything. So even though you're leaving like raw edges and you're cutting stuff on these shirts, like it doesn't matter. And there's Shirley Bird modeling the latest design. And here we are at the concert being giant dorks. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked it. More vegan videos coming soon. I just wanted to do this t-shirt video because it was fun. So, okay, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.